Well, let's switch over to basketball. What we got? So,
Talking Miami Heat a little bit here. We had a much needed win against the Timberwolves with the game winner by not Nikola Jokic, Nikola Jovic. Here, one letter off, still balling, and we got a video to show there.
this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Duncan Robinson inbound. You got Hero in the backcourt, Rozier and Jovic at half court, Love just inside midcourt. The execution in the final 9 seconds imperative. On the back,
just let him by.
Got the layup. Rozier set a brilliant back screen plus a foul. The Heat have a chance to take the lead with just under 8 seconds left. From Rozier, look at the cut by Jovic.
And the miscommunication, they don't switch. Unbelievable miscue. What a call and play by Coach Erik Spoelstra and the team actually being able to fully execute that. Jovic finishes foul and won a chance to go ahead by one. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted to show this too is because with that play that Coach Bo wrote up, he won the game. So we wanted to show Coach Bo winning a game for us before we talk about him losing a game for us. Mm-hmm. But even before we get in that game, just look at his face.
Yeah.
He was very happy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the game against Detroit. Tyler Hero dropped 40 points.
Yeah, Tyler Hero is balling this year.
Balling. The game was crazy. The fact that we came back at all, thanks Tyler Hero, in the game. But this went into overtime. Detroit ended up tying the game with less than a second on the clock, which they dunked on us there. It was, I'm sure Spo drew something up, and then when they didn't follow the plan, Spo probably was so pissed off that he called a timeout, even though we didn't have a timeout to give. And so automatic, technical, they shoot. Then we also try to foul them later. They only get one of those free throws. So they end up beating us 123 to 121. And we got Erik Spoelstra speaking about it after the game.
You know, I just made a serious mental error, there at the end. That's on my, that's on me. I feel horrible about it. There's really no excuse for that. I'm 17 years in. We had talked about it in the huddle. I knew that we didn't have anything. I just got emotional and reactive on that, and I just made a horrendous mistake there at the end. It's a shame, because we really fought back. We had some great defensive possessions, hustle possessions, those 50-50 balls, and then Tyler was just sensational. You don't want it to come down to a mental error like that. Yeah, you just would have liked to seen this go double overtime. That's the kind of game it felt like. It deserved to go double OT, and not have somebody get in the way of that. And unfortunately,
Yeah, you can tell that's eating him up. He's probably did not go to sleep that night. That's probably going to live with him for a little bit there. But Tyler Hero, he did speak up for Spo in the locker room.
I mean, shit. He's supposed to one of the best coaches ever. So I mean, it happens. Great players make bad plays. Great coaches. Sometimes he made a tough decision. Like I said, it was a intense moment, high emotions on both ends, going back and forth all game. And sometimes you get caught up in that, but. I mean, he won us the game last game, and we'll take it. We ride with Spo no matter what.
Josh, your thoughts?
So, this is why Spo and get well pop, because I'm going to say that this is why Spo is to me is the best coach right now in the NBA. is because he cares. Every game matters to him. I mean, you saw him almost in tears because of, the mental area that he had. I mean, it is what it is on that. But I expect him to make more of the prior play than the timeout. But 82 games a season, how many times people are like, it's all right. It's kind of like, but the thing is that he wants to win every game. He doesn't take, he doesn't take losing lightly, as we saw. And that's the type of mentality you want. And that's what breeds that heat culture that we've talked about that Pat Riley started. And it's Spoelstra is him. And I also just now realized is how it's kind of crazy that the two Miami coaches for football and basketball kind of have the same career trajectory. So like Mike McDaniel started out as like a film kid, like straight out of Yale, but Spoelstra started off as doing just film. And then worked their way up through all their,
being an assistant coach,
assistant coaches, and all of that. Now, if only Mike McDaniel could result in what Spoelstra has become, that's a different story. But I just now realized how kind of crazy their career paths have been pretty parallel.
Yeah. It always sucks to lose. It always sucks to lose when like you come back from like a major deficit in the game. Like when you like, oh, we're gonna fucking lose, and then the team gives you a little hope, and you're like, oh, we might have this. It's also that in-season tournament thing
it's so
too.
Stupid. It's so dumb. I applaud.
The court looks so weird.
The courts are terrible. There was one, and I would have shown it, but it might make somebody nauseous just looking at it, because they literally had a basketball, and like each court would come up. And but it was like a seamless video, and you would get motion sickness looking at it. The court at Boston is so ugly. It's so ugly. And you know what? Tip of the cap. They're trying something to make people care about the regular season.
Trying to make it more like soccer.
Yeah, they're trying, but the thing is here's the point: when you can tell the players don't care, why should we?
Yep. Yeah. So we're down 0-1 now on the in-season tournament. We'll see how we do for the rest of it. But Josh, how's the rest of the NBA going?
The rest of the NBA is going well. If you're a Cavaliers fan, they just won tonight, so I think they are 14-0, which is crazy. So, shout out to
without LeBron.
Yeah, all you need is a kid from Louisville named Donovan Mitchell. Right. That's why we rock the Heat, but they got Terry Rozier, so good there. But Darius Garland's playing well. They got a new coach this year, and it's paying off so well. So far, so good. Now, granted, a lot of these other teams, like they want to get the 76ers, and Tyrese Maxey's been hurt, and Joel Embiid, we already know about that. So it's not like but still, 14-0 is 14-0. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
I mean,
you
Boston,
defeat who's in front of you.
Yeah. You play to win the game, and they did that. So therefore, they get that number still goes up on the left side of the column if you have more points than the other team. And it doesn't matter who's on the court. Your job is to win. So, and it's the NBA, in which you see the Pistons, who were just terrible last year, and they still can rally off some wins. So shout out to them. But we had a nice little feel-good moment. If you didn't know, in the offseason, Klay Thompson signed with the Dallas Mavericks, ending at least his first tenure. He might end up, retire, like doing the one-day contract, retiring as a Warrior, stuff like that. And who knows? He might come back. Who really knows? But typically, that ends his tenure with his historic run with the Golden State Warriors. And he finally returned. This is first came back with the Mavs, and they had more of a video thing. I'm not going to play the video for copyright reasons. But here's at least the reaction from the fans. They called him the captain. The fans all had captain's hats, and you can just see the emotion of all the fans, which is awesome to see that, this is the one thing I hate it when people are like, these guys that helped you, that team that you care so much about, reach heights that you never did. Then they go to a different team just because Father Time and how things shake out. And then they boo that player. It's like,
yeah.
I understand like the Kevin Durant thing, like he just straight up said, deuces, I'm going to go join the Golden State Warriors. I get where that is. But at the end of the day, this is what I like here.
Let's extend our captain hats to the 4-time Warriors champion. He's back! Playing his 12th season out of Washington State University, number 31. Klay Thompson!
How you feeling about the court, though? It's a in-season tournament court.
We're in it, Paul. Okay, we're in it.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Now, they did have the game to play on that ugly-ass court. And you know what? Klay Thompson has lost his fastball. That's the like we can tell it last year. It's just not the same, and it happens. Father Time you can't beat it. You can't beat Father Time. That's undefeated. But he's still good enough to be there. But his teammate Steph Curry still really good. And at the end
breaking
of the game,
news: Steph Curry good at basketball.
So let's bring up. Well, this court's not as ugly. I didn't mind this one, but I'm getting too more into the get off my lawn, and like I don't like the new courts and stuff. I just like, especially the Boston Celtics. Like you're gonna ruin the Garden, like that.
You getting old? Getting old there?
What? No.
What'd you say?
What'd you say? Anyway, let's watch Steph Curry do Steph Curry things. Dallas, good night.
They'll clear out. Doncic will defend Curry. A screen by Green. The switch to Lively. 3, Curry. Oh!
Now, is he going to get a statue that looks just like Dwayne Wade? My ass.
Good God. I hope that we get better statue makers by the time they make them which I honestly think the Golden State Warriors, they won't make individual trophy statues. They would literally have the statue of the big three of Draymond, Steph, and Klay. Like it's just going to be all three of them somehow or another. I think it's going to be because, I mean, you don't say Steph Curry without Klay Thompson and Draymond. And they won 4 championships. And they're all three were all doing it there. I know they had Kevin Durant, all this stuff, but 4 championships. They won 2 without KD. They won 2 with KD. I think that's just my opinion. Obviously, it's going to shake out how they shake out. They all three deserve statues. But that's how I would do it. Just have all three. Just have one statue with all three of them. I mean, we have a hard enough time making one statue look decent. So
you know you want to make 3.
Yeah, let's just screw it and just get all 3 of them on there. But we've got another thing, a little bonus video here of Sabonis. Here we go.
Hey, did you know I had a perfect triple-double the other night? What's a perfect triple-double? Well, it's a triple-double where I don't miss a shot, miss a free throw, or have a turnover. I was the first player in NBA history to ever do that. Oh, okay. You don't even care, do you? To be honest, man, I don't even know who you are or what team you play for. Yeah, that checks out.
Poor Sabonis.
Poor Sabonis.
And you know what's sad about that? As much as I keep up with all sports, I didn't even know that until I watched that video. Like that just goes right into the joke.
It's because he plays for the Kings.
Yeah. I mean, I know who Sabonis is, and he's very good. Yeah. He's a very key role in that team. But
I watched Starting 5. He was very good in that. And I agree that he was snubbed for All-Stars.
Shout out Anthony Edwards, though. Dude's a character.
He is a character. But any more on basketball?
No, that's pretty much what I've got so far. Obviously, the college basketball, like we said, did just tip off. Kentucky beat Duke. Damn it, they're good again. Louisville did go down to Tennessee of Louisville's first test. They lost by a lot. And then Kansas beat North Carolina early in the season. And then Gonzaga, like we said before last week, put it to Baylor, but then Baylor turned around and beat Arkansas. So, you know, these early games, I really will looking forward to. Now, you talk about a midseason tournament that we actually care about. It's the college basketball midseason tournaments that people like, the Maui Invitational and the Battle for Atlantis, those type of things, or like the early NIT, because you have a lot of good teams facing each other, and all the teams give a shit.
And I think on the women's side, South Carolina's still undefeated.
Yeah, I don't see another team that's. I mean, Connecticut and obviously Juju starting off pretty damn well with their season. So, but yeah, more to come on the college basketball front. We're not putting it aside. There's some other tournaments that we're going to go over and kind of highlight more. Obviously, NFL, college football, because those have been going on. College basketball just tipped. So
we're giving it some breathing time.
Giving some breathing time because we will definitely be talking about it in future shows.